What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Comfort Zone, your place for some casual, comfortable Commander. I'm your host, Dan. That's your host, John. John, what are we doing today?
Today, we're going to be starting off spooky season with a battle of some bruised, some bubbling, bad witches. I'm going to be running Cecily, the Haunted Mage, in a Grixis style, get my hand to 11 and then play free mean stuff. She's the friends forever, but she doesn't have any friends because she's mean. So we'll see how it goes.
Exactly. That's the theme over here, too. We're running Tasha, the Witch Queen, and this is meanstuff.com, baby. We're going for the bombs. We're going for that rudeness. We're trying to be extra bubbly, toily, troubly, evil, jankery. We're going to define ourselves as the maximalist supervillain and show you'll Cecily, or whatever her name is, who's the real queen. But don't forget, we are still running that giveaway sealed set booster box of the Wilds of Eldraine, and we're giving away to you guys to say thank you, as well as celebrating the release of Wilds of Eldraine, although that was like half a minute ago now, so we're just keeping the hype train alive. All you got to do to enter is really simple, is just hit that subscribe button, be one of the first 100 subscribers for this one, and leave a comment down below in any of the videos during the duration of the contest. All the nits and bits and, you know, all the extra bobs and whatever are down in the description in the official rules, so definitely check that out if you guys want to enter. And thank you very much for watching and being an early supporter. We really, really appreciate it. So, without further ado, get comfortable, because it's time to play some Commander. We're doing it. We're going to get bad.
Something, that's for sure.
We're going to behold some evil with a nat 20.
Ooh, 19.
And
what?
by that, I meant 2. Like 20 minus the 0 portion.
Oh, yeah. I hate when they minus the 0.
Yeah, come on.
Ridiculous.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, show me that evilly goodness.
I'm gonna play this island, and then I'm gonna do the most evil thing you can do in Magic and pass with untapped blue mana.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna say turn 1 Soul Ring. All right.
No.
Drawing. What are we doing? Oh baby, we're coming in with a Port of Carfell. This is one of those cool Kaldheim lands, if you guys are familiar with this. But it enters the battlefield tapped. It taps for blue, or I can pay 3 a blue and 2 black to tap it, sacrifice it, mill 4 cards, then return a creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So a little late game reanimation, spell. It's not too bad. I like these. This series is pretty cool.
Yeah, big fan.
Shout out Dana from EDH Rec for introducing me to the reality that these even existed. And pass.
I was gonna say shout out to Axguard Armory, which is my favorite because the card is so good.
The card is bum nutty.
Yeah, we're gonna come in with a Swibbity Swamp here, and then we're gonna tap both of these, and we're gonna play a pretty sweet artifact, the Isochron Scepter.
Oh my god.
So, Isochron Scepter, it imprints. So, when it enters the battlefield, I may exile an instant card with converted mana cost 2 or less from my hand, and then I can tap 2 and tap it to copy the exiled card. If I do, I may cast that copy without paying its mana cost, and we are going to make sure the card I wanted to use is an instant, and it is, so that's what we're going to imprint. We're going to imprint Thrill of Possibility.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
So, Thrill of Possibility, as additional cost to cast it, I discard a card, and then I draw 2 cards. So that is what we're imprinting underneath the Isochron Scepter.
Nice.
And then we're going to pass.
All right, we're going to untap, we're going to upkeep, we're going to draw. We're going to come out with a Dark Water Catacomb. As the water be darkened, and catacombs be places for the dead. And you know what? Evil, baby. We're going full evil. Them lands that be doing the colors thing. All right, we're coming out with a Thought Vessel. Ba-ba-bomb. Think about that. Why don't you? And then we're going to pass.
All right, so we're going to untap. And then we're going to draw. Drawing. And, I'm just, so absolutely flabbergasted by that Thought Vessel. I'm going to play an island, tap 2, and play one of my own.
Oh, look at us. Academia. Just a couple of scholars, bro.
And then, if we're going to be thrilled, we have to be thrilled by the possibilities. So we're going to tap the black, and we're going to tap the colorless, and we're going to tap the Icecrown Scepter, and we're going to cast a copy of Thrill Possibility. I'm going to have to discard a card, which I wasn't really thinking about when I got excited about those possibilities. So we're going to possibly make a mistake and discard the Worn Power Stone.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
And draw 2 cards. We're gonna and and we're gonna pass.
I don't know, bro. That's some decent value. Not gonna lie. Untap, upkeep, draw. All right. We're gonna play a swamp. We're gonna look at the amount of mana that we have. We've looked at it thoroughly. Now, yeah. But did you see me looking at it? I'm like all thorough.
I saw you look.
So all right, we're coming out. This is unfortunate. I'll admit. I'm at a point in my curve here where things aren't lining up. But we're gonna put the spells out. That's what we do. We're gonna tap 4, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna put out a synthesis pod. So this is a weirdie. Basically, it's like Birthing Pod, but for spells and like a lot worse. So it's 3 and a Phyrexian Blue for an artifact that has an activated ability for 1 and a Phyrexian Blue, and tap it. I can exile a spell that I control. Then target opponent reveals cards in the top of their library until they reveal a card with mana value equal to 1 plus the exiled spell's mana value. Then I exile that card, and that player shuffles their library, and I can cast that exile card without paying its mana cost. So basically, I Birthing Pod a spell that I have to go grab a spell from your library at random.
That is risky.
Which is weird and risky and kind of not good, which is why you don't be seeing this, but you know what it definitely is? It's evil, baby. Maybe evil, like, to me, but it still counts. All right, that's it. We're passing.
All right, so we're going to untap all this stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
We're going to try to be evil. We're going to draw. Oh, man, you know what we're going to do. Oh, boy, you know what we're going to do. We're going to tap this island, and we're going to play Opt. This card is so pretty. These Strixhaven cards.
Ah, yes, that's very nice.
Love those. So we're gonna scry 1 and then draw a card. So we're gonna take a look at this card on top here. Oh, and we're definitely leaving it on top so we can draw it immediately. And we're gonna play an island as my land for turn.
All right.
The card I just drew being the island.
Okay.
I wanted to settle your worries so I could come in and
nice.
without you realizing it. I'm trying to. All right, so then we're gonna tap this the vessel over here. We're gonna tap that island we just played, putting it right to use, and we're gonna tap the Icecrown Scepter. We're gonna get thrilled again. You'll notice I have no red mana, so we're gonna discard this Faithless Looting. And draw 2 cards.
A very good discard given the flashback.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have 2 mana. Oh boy! So with that 2 mana, we're gonna have to be passing the turn.
I thought as much.
Very late time in the game to be playing, Cecily.
Untap, draw. We're just gonna keep drawing ridiculous late game bombs, and no early game anything. But we're gonna come out with a Tainted Isle because you know what, like evil be tainted, bro. That's the way it do.
Yeah. Like those peaks a couple weeks ago.
Couple weeks. That's not why you said that, but I love it, and I love the little drinking finger gun.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, now we gotta like think, and we're not gonna use the Synthesis Pod. We're just gonna tap 5, and we're gonna bring out our commander, Tasha, the Witch Queen. Tasha starts with 4 loyalty. She says, whenever I cast a spell I don't own, I create a 3/3 black demon creature token. And then she has a +1. I draw a card. Then for each opponent, I can exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card that player has in their graveyard and put a page counter on it. Then for -3, I can cast a spell from among cards in exile with page counters on them without paying its mana cost. And that's about it. Does she resolution?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Tasha resolves off the stack. Here she is. She beautiful. She bad. She witching. And then we're going to plus her. What do you got in that grave?
Is it all spells or instants or sorceries?
Instant and or sorcery.
So we got 2. We have Faithless Looting and we have Opt.
Oh, that's rather interesting, isn't it? I guess we'll take the Opt. Seems odd.
All right. I mean,
sure.
It's no. This is a perfect opportunity for you.
Hey, nice job. Come on, guys. You know what? Right now, you're going to want to hit that sub button. If you want to see more of that, okay, and you want to win a box of Eldraine, go ahead, sub. Get that bell notification.
You can't lose. You really can't lose.
Because you can't miss that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, pass.
All right, so we're going to go to the untapping. And we're going to go and we're going to draw a card. And then we're going to hope, what is that? Okay. All right, so we're going to come in with something really exciting. Something that we haven't seen in a couple weeks, couple games. We're going to come in with the man, the myth, the Basic Mountain.
Hey!
So happy to see him back and hanging out.
Basic Mountain.
We had to rework our agreement and the contractual stuff with the Basic Mountain. So now that's all settled. Hopefully you'll be seeing him some more. And then, we're going to do a red and a colorless and a blue and a black. And, we're bringing out something very spooky. Some would even say haunted. It's Cecily the Haunted Mage. That's what it is. So Cecily, the Haunted Mage, got it. She says, my maximum hand size is 11. She's the Friends Forever that I'd said before, but... the magic version, which I really like. And then whenever she attacks, I draw a card and I lose a life. Then, if I have 11 or more cards in my hand, I may cast an instant or sorcery spell from my hand without paying its mana cost. So, we're gonna have to draw some more cards to make that super relevant. But I love that card. Then we're gonna take that 2 extra mana we got, and who am I if I'm not just casting Faithless Possibility or whatever that is, Thrill of Possibility every single turn. Hey man, I threw it in the grave.
It's Isochron Scepter, bruh. It's it. You got to do it.
So we're gonna discard. Oh boy, we're gonna discard Teferi, the Temporal Pilgrim.
Interesting.
To draw 2 cards.
Nice.
Did I play? I did. I played the mountain. I made a big about me being like, did I play a land yet? Spent like 10 minutes talking about that land. And then, Cecily would love to attack. She would be thrilled with the possibility that she gets to attack, but she can't. So it's your turn.
Sweet. We're untapping. We are not feeling good about what you got going on. I'm not gonna lie about that. We're thinking we're in a bit of a danger zone in Piccolina, you know what I'm saying?
You could say that you went right into the danger zone.
Oh, nice. What did I X out with this lady? What was it, Opt?
Opt, yes.
Why did I do that?
One blue
Come on. But you know what? We're going to use it. We're doing it. We're opting.
Woo!
So we're minusing 3. We're going to cast your spell. We're going to get her passive ability trigger to create a 3/3 demon, which we will make sure that we represent this time. Sorry, everybody. I've been slacking on the doodles because I get all excited. I will doodle this. That's a promise. But I'm going to start with just the nomenclature. And then we're going to cast Opt, which you said is a scry one and then draw one, correct?
Yep.
All right, so we're scrying. Oh. Okay, we're going to leave that on top. Then we're going to draw it. Oh, that changes everything. My whole plan.
Oh. I think I do like that, actually. That's awesome.
Let's go ahead and take advantage of some things that are happening currently. And use this opportunity to cast something else. We're going to tap 5, and we're going to cast Ashiok, the Nightmare Muse. A very beautiful altered art. So she is a Planeswalker, 5 loyalty, +1. I create a 2/3 blue and black nightmare creature token with whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Or -3, and I return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that player exiles a card from their hand. Or -7, I can cast up to 3 face-up cards my opponent's own from exile without paying a mana cost. No condition on that one, which I think is really interesting. Most cards are like Tasha, it has to be an exile card with a page counter. Ashiok just allows you to do exile cards in a general sense, as long as they're face up. So that's very interesting.
Pretty dope.
Anyway, she'd be starting with 5 loyalty, as we stated. So what we're gonna do in this particular instance, we're actually gonna do the minus ability. Drop her down to 2, and we're gonna go ahead and bounce up Cecily, hopefully to slow you down a smidge.
Oh, bounce her into my hand, bro?
Yes. Well, you can choose to put her back in your command zone if you want. Don't worry about it.
No thanks. No, she's going to my hand. But that does, you know.
And then you have to exile a card from your hand.
Oh, really? Oh, all right.
While you decide, we're drawing a demon.
Right, I've already decided. Mind Splice Apparatus.
Oh, Mind Splice. That's a wow. Your hand must be gassed up, dog. I can't even imagine. And then, believe it or not, we are done. So we'll just pass it away while I doodle.
All right, I love the doodle.
There you go.
Reorganize some of this stuff.
This guy's very demonish.
Oh, he is.
There you go.
All right, so we're coming in with another basic mountain because when you want one, you probably want another one.
Wow, truer words,
1, 2, 3,
never
4,
spoken.
5, 6, 7. So it looks like, oh man, I really don't want you to bounce her again, but
I cannot
players, so.
because it requires 3 loyalty, and she is now at 2.
All right, well then, you know, we're actually not gonna play her anyway. Who cares? We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna play a card that I added to this deck back in February, and I don't remember if I've cast it. Definitely not this one. We're gonna come up with Ovica, the Enigma Goliath.
Oh, okay, nice. What does that be doing?
So Ovica is a 6/6 flyer that has Ward, 3 mana, pay 3 life.
Dang.
And then whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I make X 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens, where X is the mana value of that spell. They gain haste until end of turn.
Holy Toledo. That thing is powerful.
Isn't
city.
she dope?
Sure.
Yeah, that's why she's got like double ward.
Yeah, wow.
And but I am tapped out, she doesn't have haste, and you got a dude anyway, so it's your turn.
Dang, brother. That's crazy. What is she? She flies, right?
Yes, she does.
Ooh, I don't like that. Untap, upkeep, draw. Can you give me a tabulature on what you got in the GR there, brother?
A tabulature of things I got in the GR were, we got Opt, we got Faithless Looting, and then we have Teferi and the Warren Power Stone.
Okay. All right. You're not giving me many goodies to work with here, my mans. I'm not liking that. We're gonna have to do things, I guess. So we're gonna tap 2. Tap this guy for a blue here, and then we're gonna play See the Truth.
What's that?
I get to look at the top 3 cards of my library, put one of those cards into my hand, and the rest on the bottom of my library in any order. If this spell was cast from anywhere other than my hand, I put all of those cards in my hand. So it will become a 2-mana draw.
That card is super cool.
It's cool, right? But in this instance, we're just drawing. Let's see. What do we want? These were literally, I needed 1 land, and I didn't get it. So,
oh no.
What are we going to do? We are going to instead put this thing into my hand, and these guys go to the bottom. So there you go. Okay? How about that? Huzzah!
How about that?
Then that's going to go into my hand. As was predilected. And we're going to go ahead and plus Tosh. We're going to bring it back up to 3, and we're going to get rid of the I guess we'll do the Opt again. It's fine.
Alrighty.
And then we are going to plus Ashiok to create the 2/3. What is this? This is a Nightmare. 2/3 Nightmare. That has the ability that whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. So we're just going to stick that there for a moment. And then we're going to tap 3. Oh, actually, sorry. Sorry. I was supposed to draw a card with Tasha's ability. I was literally chasing the land. There it is. I got it.
Nice.
So very important for me to not have missed that land. We're going to use 3 mana still, even though we hit the land. And we are going to cast Cunning Rhetoric, which is an enchantment that says whenever an opponent attacks me and or one or more planeswalkers I control, I exile the top card of that player's library. I can play that card as long as it remains exiled, and I can spend mana of any color to cast it. However, we're going to pod that bad boy. Heyo! We're going to pay 1 and an Phyrexian blue. We're going to go down to 38. We're going to tap it, and we are going to exile a spell I control. And then you're going to reveal cards in the top of your library until you hit one with CMC 4. And then I'm going to get to cast it for free if I so choose.
Oh dear, okay. We got land. We got counterspell. We got is this thing 4? It is! You got a battle.
How interesting. I'm going to put that battle
Where do the
on
other
you.
cards go? Where do the other cards go?
Oh, they they're just revealed. So you shuffle.
Oh, okay, got it. I'll do that in a moment. Let me tell everybody, including you, what the Invasion of Vryn does. So it's a battle. So when it enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. He's choosing me to protect it. Him and others can attack the battle. When it's defeated, exile it, and it gets recast, transformed. And then when Invasion of Vryn enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, then discard a card.
Oh, that's fun. That's not too bad. The backside, by the way, for anybody who's curious, just like lets me copy a spell. One-time usage kind of thing. So I'm going to draw 3. Cool. Which is super neat. And then I'm going to discard a card. So we're just going to go ahead and pitch a swamp. And then you have to shuffle if you haven't yet.
Oh, I am finishing my shuffle now.
And then the only thing we have left is combat if we like it. What's her power and toughness? What's her PT over there?
6/6.
Oh, dear. Good Jeebus. We're done. We're passing. We have to discard. No, we don't. Thought Vessel. Nice.
Nice.
Pass.
I'm going to untap here. I'm going to untap a bunch of stuff.
Oh, sorry, everybody. I do this all the time. I apologize. I forgot my trigger here on Tasha from the Synthesis Pod because I was able to cast the... what did I even cast? Oh, yeah, the battle. Well, there it is. It's up there.
Yep.
So because it was a spell I didn't own, I'm going to create another one of my demons. That's it. Sorry about that. Keep going. Enjoy your turn.
Draw. Hopefully I will. We'll see. I like that card, but I can't play right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, I want to cast this card. So we're gonna tap. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and note 3 of those are blue. That is important because we're gonna cast a 7-mana spell. We're gonna cast Seagate Restoration.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I love this card. So this is one of them like dual-faced modal cards or MDFC, whatever they call them. So the sorcery side is draw cards equal to the number of cards in my hand plus 1. I have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. So we're going to put that into the graveyard, which is risky with the deck you're playing right now. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So I'm going to draw 5 plus 1. So I'm going to draw 6 cards.
Sweet.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Then we're going to make some Phyrexian Goblins. We're going to make 7 of those bad boys.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll worry about that in a second. Actually, I think we have to worry about it now because I'm out of mana. So let's give them a power and toughness here. We'll do 1, and then we'll do 1. And then we're going to make it real easy. This is important. There he is.
All right. Perfect.
So then, we're gonna play land for turn. We're gonna put Halimar Depths into play tapped. So in the battlefield tapped, when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards in my library and then put them back into any order. So we'll do that right quick. We're gonna put them back in that order. All right, and then I think we gotta go to combat. So you have 2 3/3s and a 2/3.
That's correct. And then my Planeswalkers are both sitting at 3 loyalty.
Both at 3.
The Nightmare also has the ability that whenever he attacks or blocks, you exile the top 2 cards of your library. So I don't know if that's relevant because you just Halimar Depths. So just know that if you attack and block, you'll exile the top 2.
Yes. So I am going to think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 6 of them at Ashiok.
Sure.
And no, we're not. Did any of them? Did they fly?
Do your goblins fly? I don't think so.
No, your blockers.
No.
Yeah, we're just gonna send Ovica at Ashiok actually.
Okay.
And then that's it, because I don't want you to exile the top 2 cards of my library.
All right. Well, that works. So she did. Pow.
And then that is the end of my turn. And I do not have to discard because I have like multiple instances of no max hands.
Yeah, right. Okay, untap up cube troll. Okay, all right. Well, we're in trouble. How do we get out of trouble? That is the question.
Violence.
Well, good point. We're coming down with an island. And then what do you got? You got any more new thingies in there? And what's that battle's defense thing? Is it 4?
The defense on that battle is 4. Let me put a big fat die on it for you.
Oh, nice. Please do. Fat die me. Is that what is that?
And then what?
Mind Splice apparatus. Did that get exiled?
Yeah, you exiled that.
Okay.
Without a page counter. And then this is the one that has a page counter.
The opt. Okay, gotcha.
And were you asking me what new things I had in my grave? Because I have Faithless Looting and Seagate Restoration of the spells in my grave.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just how much mana did they
It's
cast?
weird.
7?
It's 7, 4 and 3 blue.
Okay. Well, we'll just start with that. We'll just exile it with the page counter. And then we'll draw. So we're plussing her to do that. Ooh, very interesting. Yikes. What's a man to do about that? Here we go. We're just going for it. We're doing it. We're just going to go for it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we are going to tap all 7.
Oh boy.
We are going to cast Hostage Taker.
Ooh.
And she's a 2/3 that when she enters the battlefield, I exile target artifact or creature until Hostage Taker leaves the battlefield. I can cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and I can spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. So she's currently on the stack. I'm just going to make sure that she resolves.
Yes.
All right. So once she resolves, we're going to target the Ovica, and we've paid the 3, and we have paid the 3 life. So she'll get exiled under the Hostage Taker until Hostage Taker leaves the B field. Then we are going to go into combat. You have overwhelming masses of those guys, which is 7. So if I block the 2 and carry the 1, and then it doesn't matter anyway. So we'll go ahead and we'll send the Nightmare at the battle.
Okie dokie.
So
when he attacks?
Yes.
Alrighty, exile 2. So we're going to exile an island. And we're going to exile the Relic of Sauron, which is a 4-mana artifact that taps for Grixis cards.
Very cool. Alright, so then you go to blocks. I got a 2/3 No other abilities.
I'll block it with 3 of them. Sure.
Okie dokie. So we'll trade with 2 of them because I only have 2 power.
Sure.
And the nightmare will
There they go.
die. My beautiful nightmare, no. Okie dokie. And then that's going to be it. We are going to pass.
Right. So we're going to untap. Then we're going to have to use our big old brain. And then we're going to draw. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a Blackcleave Cliffs taps.
Word.
Then we are going to, we're just going to go for it. So we are going to tap a blue, a black, and a red, and a colorless for someone who I didn't think was going to stay in my hand this long. Cecily, the Haunted Mage.
Oh my god, I forgot she even existed.
Right? Me too, actually. So, and then we're going to tap this mountain and this blue mana.
Uh-oh. Haste.
Actually, we're gonna what?
I was wrong. I mispredicted.
Oh no, yeah, Thrill of Possibility. We are going to discard Cormella the Glamour Thief. She's a creature who taps to add mana for instants and sorceries and things.
Nice.
Draw 2. Yeah, alright, we're going to combat. And we're coming in with all 5 of these goblins.
Where are they going?
At Tasha.
Okie dokie. We will block 3, of course. And she will take 2. Go into 2.
Then we're going to pass.
Sweet. We are untapping. We are upkeeping. We are drawing. We don't got a dang clue up in here. Not gonna lie. We got zilch clues right now. There's so many paths, so many directions, so many things we could do. We're just gonna get it started. You know what I'm saying? Let's
get it started.
Hey, yeah. See, you know what it is.
Yeah.
We are going to just have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Have a wee bit. We're gonna play Stolen Goods, or attempt to cast Stolen Goods. It is a sorcery. Target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until he or she exiles a non-land card, and until end of turn, I can cast that card without paying its mana cost. Could be crazy. Could be nothing.
That's fair. Okay.
Oh, he's letting it happen. Oh my god.
So I reveal until I hit a non-land, right?
You exile until you exile a non-land, and then the cards that you exile that aren't non-lands will just remain exiled. So any lands stay in exile. That's really not a big deal.
Elixir of Immortality, right off the top.
Are you kidding? Why do you even have that card in there?
There's a lot of discarding in the deck sometimes.
Oh my god, chat. We just lost ourselves the game. I need solidarity for your brother down in the comments. This man,
for anybody who doesn't know,
repping an Elixir of Immortality in this gassed, ridiculous deck. And that's what we
love
hit.
this card.
Why?
Tap
what do you mean?
2 mana and tap it.
Give me any reason you love this card.
Let me read it so they know. So you tap 2, you tap it, you gain 5 life, and then you shuffle Elixir Immortality and your graveyard into your library.
I don't get it.
Are you gonna cast it for free?
Of course I'm gonna cast it. I worked hard for that. Give me that elixir. God dang, bro. Horrible. Elixir of garbage.
Amazing.
Salt. All right. Well, we did that, and that was the biggest mistake we've ever made. But we do get another demon. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? All right. Then we're going to tap 1, 2, And we are going to cast Feed the Swarm, which is a sorcery. Destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. I lose life equal to that permanent's converted mana cost, and we are going to target Cecily.
That I'm going to tap 2, and we're going to mana leak that card. So we're going to counter target spell unless you pay 3 mana.
We are going to respond, and we are going to Synthesis Pod our Feed the Swarm.
Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so we're gonna pay 2 Phyrexian. We're gonna exile that bad boy, and we're gonna dig off the top again for something 3 CMC.
3 CMC. So we're grabbing that thing, this thing. I literally can't read all these cards fast enough. So
yeah, that's fine. Just be looking at the 3
lands. Terminate. Oh, Gutter Snipe.
What the heck is happening? Why are we hitting these duds? Alright, fine.
Gutter Snipe's great, bro.
No, he's not, and you know it. Don't play me, bro. I went to Magic school. Don't act like I don't know that the real juice was getting rid of Cecily. Who the heck cares? Why do I want a Gutter Snipe?
I don't know, man.
Gutter Snipe
Everybody casts.
of garbage.
He was like garbage snipe.
Yeah, that would have been more clever, but I'm too riled up right now. We are gonna get another demon. Oh.
Yeah, is a demon tribal over here or what?
Yeah, I'm a demon lord, baby. Check me out. Okay, well, we everything we did this whole turn, by the way, with my massive amounts of mana, and this point in the game, was basically getting elixir of crud and a late game Gutter Snipe with no more mana to utilize him immediately. So, yeah. Way to go, team. Good job,
Woo.
team. What happened here? Didn't I use her?
No.
Oh, I didn't use her yet. How about that? I guess we'll plus her and we'll draw. And then we'll hit whatever is in your grave. What, Faithless Looting? Is there anything
Faithless Looting or Mana Leak?
Mana Leak's like irrelevant, so we'll get Faithless Looting.
Alrighty.
And we've drawn a card, and we've commiserated with ourselves on our failure, and then we're passing into Doom.
Alright, so we're gonna untap here. Untap. We got a bunch of lands. There's so many lands right now. This is getting confusing. I'm not used to running this many lands.
Possible situation ever.
Those were some pretty unfortunate hits. That's the truth.
It's funny too when you note that the next card after Elixir was that weird like eyeball 7-drop thing.
Yeah. Very, very good card. Wow, okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, you'd think that I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna attack, and then I get to play a card from my hand for free, right?
I would think
You'd
that.
think that would be the move.
That's what I would think.
Either
that or dropping a 9-drop. I have the card I just used, Stolen Goods, which, as you see, is so powerful it can get you an elixir. And then I have Ashiok, a Swamp, and See the Truth, which is that draw one thing. Nothing powerful right now.
I mean, this turn's gonna be very not exciting. You're about to see.
Okay, show me.
Okay.
I'm ready to be totally bored.
Alright, so we're gonna play an island.
Yes.
I actually changed my mind. We're gonna tap this and that island, and we're gonna play Thrill Possibility. Because that card's been super fun. We're gonna discard the Swift Water Cliffs. They're a tapped land that gains me a life. You don't need that in my hand right now. Man, now I'm regretting not, what's the word? Drawing before I played my land for turn. But we're gonna pretend like that's not a thing. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 6. Man. Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna come in with this.
Yeah.
6. We're gonna play a god Likes
Oh,
bugs.
God.
He's a locust god. The locust
that
god.
boy. Nice.
Yeah, boy. Locust god is a 4/4 flyer. Whenever I draw a card, I make a 1/1 blue and red insect with flying and haste. And then for 2 and a blue and a red, I can draw a card, then discard a card, and then when he dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step.
Nice.
So he likes to come back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not a lot of cards, and unfortunately, we're gonna be passing the turn because if I draw with Cecily, it won't be 11. So you're up.
Oh, wow. I thought you had 11 in hand.
I played a land and a card, and I discarded to draw. So
Oh.
no, I would have had to attack. Well, I have to attack with her to get the trigger. So
Yeah.
and she dies if I attack. Right?
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Wow, that was nowhere near where I thought you were going to take that turn. I thought you were going to blow me out of the water.
Oh yeah, no. Maybe next time.
Unfortunately, I am extremely powerful now if you do not stop me. So
Oh yeah.
let us see if we are going to be stopped or not. We're going to start things off. We're going to go ahead and do. We're gonna -3 Tasha, and we're gonna cast your thing.
Yep.
There, whatever it is. What is it called?
Seagate Restoration.
Oh yeah, we're gonna restore the Seagate. Tasha is gonna die. Wait, doesn't Seagate exile itself?
No, it doesn't.
Oh really?
Yeah, I thought it did too. So then when I read it, I was like, oh.
Okay, well that works.
Very
So
weird.
Tasha's gonna die for the cause, and that's fine. So because the loyalty payment is part of the activation, I'm not going to get her trigger for casting your spell because I make the payment before the cast. But I am going to get the draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? It's equal to hand size.
Oh, your hand size +1.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, a perfect grab. So I'm going to snatch
Nice.
10 cards. And then we're going to think about those and not make you guys suffer. So we'll see you in 5 seconds. Now we're done our analysis. So we're coming out with an island. And then we're going for broke. We're going to go ahead and we're going to attempt to cast Temporal Trespass. And we're going to delve 4 cards to reduce or rather help to pay for the cost. So it's going to go down to costing only 4 and 3 blue for a sorcery with delve that just has me take an extra turn and then exile it. Just a quick and dirty take an extra turn. I do have to pay my costs and put it on the stack, so we are going to pay 7 on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Sure, like that is fine. So there you go. So 7 mana played, Temporal Trespass on the stack. Got anything?
Resolves.
Hey-o! These guys are exiled. The Temporal Trespass is exiled. We're taking an extra turn after this one's conclusion. But before it fully concludes, we are going to come out with some other stuff. We're going to just do...
Don't forget your triggers on the Snipey Gutter.
Oh, yes. My snipe of garbage. I forgot. 2 damage. Pow-pow. Then we are going to proceed with the plan. And we're just going to throw out... Where is it? Here it is. We're going to do 2 for a yield Talisman of Dominance. So just a mana rock. Nothing too crazy. And then we're going to throw some demons at you.
Oh yeah.
Because why not? They don't got nothing. They don't got menace or anything. We're gonna throw all 4 demons at the battle, and then we're just gonna see what you do about that. So they're all 3/3s, and we're sending them at the battle.
I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll block all 4 of them.
Sure.
So 2 of yours die, and then 2 of my goblins die.
Sweet.
Goodbye, the
demons.
last of.
Head into the yard. Okie dokie. That's about it. So we're gonna go to our next turn.
Word.
So untap, upkeep, draw. Extra turns are hard when you don't have like a lot of extra mana. You know what I'm saying? So they don't feel as relevant as they could. We are going to come out with another island. It was basically all just to ramp up a bit.
Hey man, why not?
Yeah, right? Come on. And then we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to tap 8. Shapoosh. And I guess we'll leave a swap available. There you go. 8, and we're going to cast Aminatu's Augury. So if you guys aren't familiar with this card, this thing's crazy. It's a sorcery. I exile the top 8 cards in my library, and then I put a land card from among them onto the battlefield. Until end of turn, for each non-land card type, I can cast a spell of that type from among the exiled cards without paying its mana cost. So that's on the stack. Does it resolve?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Sweet. Aminatu's Augury. Resolve them. We're going to exile the top 8. We are going to get Gilded Lotus, artifact. Ingaruk's Wake, sorcery. Ooh, that does it. Temple of Deceit, land. Diluvian Primordial, creature. Wow, how lucky. Treachery, an enchantment. Island, another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Choked Estuary, land. And last but not least, the Brain Stealer Dragon. Do you have any instants of sorceries left in your G yard?
That's a good question. We're going to take a look here, and we got Secret Restoration is back in the grave. Mana Leak, and that's it.
Okay, so this is kind of insanity. Definitely going to be the end game, I presume. But we'll go for it. We'll start by casting out our Treachery, which is an enchantment. This is an old card. Actually, I think it's reserved list. I've just had this since like I started playing Magic. But it comes into play. I untap 5 lands and I enchant a creature. I then control the enchanted creature. So in this case, just because it's the end game, we are going to go ahead and target Cecily with that.
Yep.
And we're going to untap 5 lands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we are going to put out the Gilded Lotus, because why not? And then we are going to send out the Brain Stealer Dragon. It is a 7 mana 6/6 flying. At the beginning of my end step, I exile the top card of each opponent's library. I can play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If I cast a spell this way, I can spend manas or mana of any color. Whenever a non-land permanent an opponent owns enters the battlefield under my control, they lose life equal to its mana value. Then we will put out an island as the land, and then we will put out, last but not least, the Ingaruk's Wake for sorcery.
Boom!
So everything else be getting exiled. And then we'll wrap up the turn and let you draw, but presumably that's a GG, as y'all can probably see. So we will go ahead and see if we can't do anything to seal the deal a little bit more for the combat here. Not really, but that's okay. So we will go into combat. We will send a demon and a hostage taker at the battle, and then another demon at your face. Oh, and also I apologize. Is Gutter Snipe non-creature or just instant or sorcery?
Gutter Snipe reads whenever instant or sorcery.
All right, so sorry. You took 4 from Aminatu's and Ingaruk's Wake.
Yep.
And then you'll take 3 from the demon, and the battle will be defeated.
Will be defeated, so the battle flips. And we can give everybody the exact reading here of the Overloaded Mage Ring. That card is so neat looking. So you tap 1 and tap it and sacrifice it. Copy target spell you control.
Sweet. Yeah, that's about it. And then we'll just go ahead and do a thingy. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess. Or no, 7. So we'll tap 7. Just for fun, we'll cast Breach the Multiverse. Because I ain't never cast that card in my life. This is a sorcery.
Excited about that one.
Each player mills 10 cards. Then for each player, choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard and put those cards onto the battlefield under my control. Then each creature I control becomes a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. So 10.
Nice. So mills 10?
Yes.
So do you just want me to go over the creatures or what?
Yeah, that's fine. Because it's the end game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 10 cards. You got the Curious Homunculus and Jin-Gitaxias Progress Tyrant.
Oh, okay. All right, so we'll get Jin-Gitaxias.
And then of course, you know. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get Jin-Gitaxias, and we're also gonna get Sire of Stagnation, which is a 5/7 devoid. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, that player exiles the top 2 cards of his or her library, and then I draw 2 cards. And then, of course, Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. He's the one that is the counters the first spell, doubles the whatever.
Yep. Actually, funny, I put the wrong one out. But yeah, so the first, whenever you cast, so you, an artifact, instant, or sorcery, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for it. This triggers only once each turn. And then whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery, counter that spell. This ability triggers only once each turn.
All right. So Breach of Multiverse is going to go away. We're going to get both those guys. Brainstealer Dragon is going to ping you for whatever the mana value is on Jin-Gitaxias.
Oh, dear.
And
okay, so that's 7.
You're also going to take 2 from the Breach of the Multiverse. And what's your life total?
I'm at 20.
20. Okay. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure the situation kind of speaks for itself, but we'll pass and we'll let you draw a card and make.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well. Don't have particularly high hopes, but you literally never know. I mean, I don't even remember like most of the cards in this deck, so we'll see. So untap, we'll draw. Okay, so the first instant, sorcery, or artifact. Wow, that covers everything I was thinking about. So now we're gonna have to do math. You guys give me 2 seconds to math it up here. All right, so we've done a lot of thinking. And we're going to try to think our way out of this, but, you know, high hopes, you know. So we're going to put those swamp into play. And then for 2 mana, we are going to cast a copy of Thrill of Possibility, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Gitaxias is just going to shoot that one right out of the air.
Cha-ching.
And then we're gonna do it. So we're gonna tap a 1 and 2, 3. And then we'll do another 3 over here. And then we'll put Bolas's Citadel onto the stack.
Oh, snap. What does that thing read for the people? And for the me?
Bolas's Citadel is an artifact. I may look at the top card of my library at any time. I may play lands and cast spells from the top of my library. If I cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana value. And I can tap it to sack 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 2 life.
Okay. We'll let it ride.
So we're going to look at the top card here, and it is a land, and we already played the land for turn. So, I mean, there's that. I did. I had to.
Sire Stagnation triggers, baby.
Oh, I missed it. So that land isn't there.
Yeah, you exile the top 2, and I draw.
So the land and Desperate Ravings get exiled. Okay. So now what's the top? And it's Metallurgic Summonings is on top. So we're going to let's see. We're gonna tap. If we're going for broke, we're going. Oh, I'm a mana short. How did that happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2 plus 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, I guess we can't play this other card. So we're doing it. We're going to attempt to cast Metallurgic Summonings for 5 life and go down to 15. Metallurgic Summonings Reads, whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX construct, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. And then it's got an activated ability that we don't have the mana for anyway.
Okay.
Take a look at the... oh, is it resolving? We're resolving this metallurgic boy?
That's complex. Let's go ahead and we'll let it resolve. That's fine.
All right. So now I'm gonna take a look at the next card, and oh, bummer. Oh yeah, that is gonna be a land. So
Sweet.
that's gonna be the last card off the top. Very lame of you, deck. And that, unless card in my graveyard has flashback for 3 mana, which I don't think anything in here does. Really? I actually did think something did. I lied to everybody just now. Nothing in there. So, that unfortunately, because I can't sacrifice 10 lands to deal you 10 damage for fun, is going to be the end of my turn.
Alright, sweet. We're going to make it quick over here, boys. We're going to our turn. We're going to untap. We're going to upkeep. We're going to draw. We are going to put out a land. We're going to do a drowned catacomb, and then we are going to finally do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe it is, to cast your Ovica out from exile. Ovica.
Yep, there she is. But you're not gonna.
Yes. Was she 6/6 or something? I'm not gonna what?
Yeah, 6/6 flying. Yep. Ignore me.
All right, Ovica. Then we are going to just try to get like a gajillion of those things, because that sounds good, and we'll try to kill you with them because that sounds even gooder. So we'll exile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was no, that's not exile. I can cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will exile 6 cards like that, and we will cast Dig Through Time for 2 blue. Convert mana cost 8. I get to look at the top 7 cards of my library, put 2 of them into my hand, and the rest on the bottom of my library in any order. So we will look at the top 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And grab 2 of them bad boys. But we'll get this and this. And then the rest are going on the bottom. Pow. And then we get...
It gets copied because of Jin Gitaxis.
Oh, snap. I forgot that he existed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we'll get this and this. Alright. Then we're creating 8 of them hasty Phyrexian Goobles. This is the important part, of course. There he is. See how his head is a Phyrexian thing. Pow.
Nice.
And then we don't have as much mana as I wanted to have, which is lame. I don't love that at all. But we gotta keep going. So we're gonna cast other things. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't even know what I'm casting with it. I just wanted to see how much mana we could possibly dump into Phyrexians. Okay, sure. We're gonna cast Mind's Dilation. Whenever an opponent casts his or her first spell each turn, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. If it's a non-land card, I can cast it without paying its mana cost. So putting that out there. Well, wait, is Ovica insert sorcery?
Non-creature.
Hey, we did it. Accidentally, but we did it. So we're going to create 7 of those guys again. So that's a total of 15 of these baddies. Oh, we got to use the Phyrexian dice. And we are going to gutter snipe you, of course. We're going to gutter snipe you for just 2, I guess, because the copy is just copied, I imagine, on Jin Gitaxis. Or is it cast?
It's a great question. Copy that spell. You may choose to target to the capital.
Sweet. And then we are going to combat. You're going to send 15 dudes at you. What's your life?
15. The 13, actually.
Oh. Okay, well then for hilarity's sake, we're just only going to attack you with those guys.
That's it.
Hey-o.
My own Ovica dudes.
We did it. GG.
GG.
All right, bro. What'd you think? Spooky season got started out with quite a bang. That was crazy. They hit levels.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of nutty spells in both of those decks, and it's kind of funny because both of them do have elements of, like a couple cards in Cecily. We didn't get to see a ton of them, but, like, cast spells at a graveyard. It's mine or yours.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of stuff. It's about, I'm casting spells from your graveyard, exile from the top of the deck, playing cards from the deck. So, like, very funny because a lot of them share a lot of cards, which is really interesting. And it almost, I feel like fuels the fire. Like, you can hit a card that gets one of my cards that lets you cast a different one of your own cards to do a thing. Or, again, like, you used my Ovica, which fit perfectly into something that you were able to do because of how the deck functions. So, kind of interesting those decks, like, pitted against each other, which is cool. The only bummer for me is I didn't get to trigger Cecily. But otherwise, that was some pretty peak spell power for come out of those decks. But I don't know. What did you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing, right? It's like, I feel like sometimes like these decks, like even though they are like a lot of like mean stuff on occasion, they're also kind of like a little bit of old school like Commander like love. Like, Commander in its infancy, which was more about like big, splashy, wacky spells, huge game swinging moments, and just kind of like relaxing with building up in the early game to these giant bombs. Like sometimes I feel like these decks function almost more traditionally than some of like the newer kind of more streamlined, fast-paced push decks end up working. A lot more aggro, a lot more lower curve nowadays, games ending a lot sooner. Like these, I feel like push that envelope. Like a ton of my deck is in that upper curve. Like I gotta hit like 8 mana to make things start happening. I mean, the deck is kind of built to push to that point, so like I can get there. But then like it literally has that feeling. Like I'm sure you guys can relate, right? Like where you just get every turn, you're just like just nukes, and just like seeing what's gonna happen. Like. I don't know, like, so even though like we name it kind of this like pure evil battle and like see who's the biggest and the baddest, I think this game was actually kind of fun and like not as mean as you might think. Also a lot of these cards that do like the interaction with the opponent's cards, at least like in the way that I tooled this deck version, I tried to make it like a little less like oppressive. Like if I'm taking your cards 90% of the time, it's like cards you were not going to see for a minute or maybe not at all. It's like random chance, like digging through your library kind of thing. I'm not like I took out a bunch of the cards that like go directly into your hand and steal something. I didn't focus on like the discard mill engine to like really profit on Tasha. I really just wanted it to be like this wholesome, but wholesome, like expropriate. Obviously not expropriate, bad example, but you know what I mean. Like I'm just gonna drop a big bomb, like Breach the Multiverse is such a fun card. It's a huge bomb. If you get if you haven't played it yet, like that card's just fun. Like I've never cast it until this game, but I've seen other players cast it, and I now have cast it, and it's just fun to cast. Like it doesn't guarantee you the victory. It's randomization. It doesn't necessarily feel bad, particularly for anybody involved. At least I don't think so. I think it's a relatively like neutral card. You got to invest a lot into it, and it's random. You don't necessarily know what you got, but it's so much fun. So like to me, these decks, even though they play some mean pieces, I think they also just play big splashy spells, and it's like kind of like wow, that's Commander. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, like I like your deck. We saw like it do things, but it didn't necessarily go like full Cecily, or whatever. Like stereotypically, I feel like that deck draws like way more cards. Hence why we saw the Locust God at the end. Like it hits that point where you're like just drawing these big chunkettes every turn. And of course, yeah, like you said, we didn't get to see you actually pop something out with Cecily, which often can cantrip into some nonsense. But you know, it was like a turn away from being able to do that. You know, there was that turn where I totally flubbed, panicked, and got super turnt. Because I got the freaking elixir and the gutter snipe. And gutter snipe's not bad, but come on, guys, you know you don't want to invest 9 mana into getting a gutter snipe and an elixir. You know what I mean? I could have played that on turn 4. So I was like, oh dang, and then passing the turn over to you, I thought that was gonna be the end. But I don't even know what you had. Like, what did you have in hand? Was it even like?
Yeah, I mean, I had the Citadel Bolas and the Aetherflux Reservoir combo, which if you guys haven't seen it, it's dumb. Aetherflux, you gain life when you cast spells. Citadel Bolas cast, you did see, cast spells from the top, so you kind of roll yourself into just free life, and then eventually you get enough life, the Aetherflux bobs for 50 damage, but I was colored black mana short, so we weren't able to get along to the table right away. And I wasn't even super confident that you wouldn't have been able to respond at that point anyway. So I just like didn't have quite I was like a mana short, a this short, to kind of like pump it into overdrive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that turn felt kind of weak.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, that's just sometimes how it goes. You know what I mean? Sometimes literally it is like 1 mana, you know? But I was so expecting to get blown away. I was like, that's it. I literally have lost the game. There's no way you're going to drop, you know, mnemonic deluge or some nonsense, and it's just over for me.
Yeah.
But we were able to turn it around in a crazy huge way. I mean, sometimes, you know, when you go off, you go off. I mean, like, dang, bro, this is what, like, second week in a row my deck has hit that like end point where it goes poof. Because we saw it last week, if you guys didn't see the episode, with the Eldrazi deck. And cap it off with a little story time, because why not? You guys, you know, deserve a little extra peek into the comfort zone, boys. But these decks, actually, my last deck with the Thoptodrazi, the Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter, and this deck are actually a vivisection of an old deck I had. I used to have Jaleva. Are you guys familiar with this? Nephilim Scourge or something like that? It's one of like the OG Commander deck precon dudes. It's a Grixis vampire lady who basically like you can cast her, recast her, bounce her, whatever, and then every player is going to exile cards off the top equal to the CMC she was cast at, I think like including commander tax. It's like amount of mana you spent on her or whatever. And then whenever she attacks or deals combat damage, it's been a while, you get to cast spells for free out of that pool, the collective exile pool. So I built that deck a long time ago as like an exile theme, and as such, I made it half like an Eldrazi type and half a like I'm going to exile your stuff and play it out of exile. This was a long time ago before Tasha existed, so on and so forth. Eventually, it got really stale, and that deck did feel mean because, I mean, honestly, because it was like this, but then it top ended with Eldrazi. So like it's like the worst of all worlds, and Nicol Bolas Planeswalkers. So you know it was like doing wholesome this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, Annihilator for Ulamog into, you know, Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, you know, Cruel Ultimatum or what, you know what I mean, like just annoying stuff. Like, so at a certain point I got bored of that, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. I'm gonna split them up, but I didn't want to lose all those precious cards and all that fun tech I enjoyed about it. So I thought I might as well just split it up. So that's what you guys just got to see. Surprise. Well, we didn't tell you it was happening, but now you know if you stuck around for the outro. So go ahead and throw something in the comments down there to show me that you were here for that. You know, that would, you know, designate yourself as a super fan. You stayed for this crazy story time. Who does that? Who didn't click off the video already? What are you even doing here? But you're the best because you're here. So go ahead, throw down a noodle emoji or something. Let me know you were here for the Space Noodle story time. And with that being said, because we're on the subject of comments and we're out of the story time now, don't forget to, in addition to that comment, hit that subscribe button to get that entry for the box. Because we are actually really excited to send this thing out. It's been like weeks now, and like I just fantasize about being able to pack that thing up and ship it out to somebody and then actually receive it and literally open it and then come back and comment and be like, yo, I ripped this. That's super exciting. I don't want this thing sitting in my apartment anymore. Somebody help me out. Please win this box. But anyway, as always, guys, we really appreciate all the support. We've said it for a couple of weeks here, but we're at a point in the channel where like it's actually able to see some of the impact. Like, the community starting to just have the little bubblings up. Some people are commenting and, actually getting involved down in the comment section and getting a few more people just watching and on board and appreciating the content. And that's exactly what we're looking for, just to try to build another community space that's available in Magic, one that's, inviting and wholesome and everybody's here to be comfortable, play some Magic, have fun. So hopefully that's you guys. Stick around. We love that. But as always, we'll see you guys in the multiverse.